Welcome everyone to the reveal of Operation Steel Wave. I'm your host, Rachel, aka Seltzer, and today we are bringing you this video from the comforts of our very own homes. But before we get into it, we have a quick message from our game director, Leroy Athanasoff.
Hi everyone. We wanted to give you an update on Siege. Just like everybody else, we had to adapt to the strange situation we are all in. And those past weeks, we had to face a lot of human and technical challenges. Good news is, we overcame almost all of them, and we are going to deliver to you a new kick-ass season. However, with this new reality, we had to make tough decisions. We were extremely excited to bring to you the match replay and the new ping system that we showed you at SI. But we had to postpone the release of those features to focus on secure our testing capacities for the season. Don't worry, we are still going to deliver those features for year 5. We just needed to adapt our calendar. And now, let's dive deep into this exciting season that this incredible dev team managed to pull off despite all of this madness. Siege team, best team.
Thank you so much, Leroy, for that message. Like Leroy said, the devs at Rainbow Six have been working very hard on building new things for players to enjoy with a focus on quality. That said, the test server is going to be up for about a week longer than usual to make sure that we ship a clean season. Now, on to what everyone really wants to see. We've got Chris Waters and the team at Ubisoft News ready to introduce you to Ace, Melusi, and that brand new house rework.
Operation Steel Wave is advancing on Rainbow Six Siege, bringing a new attacker named Ace, who throws sequentially exploding hard breach gadgets that create small, medium, and large problems for defenders. The new defender, Melusi, deploys Banshee devices to hum angrily at any attackers in range and slow their movement speed, giving them some problems of their own. But if the sound you hear as you approach the objective is less of a hum and more of a beep, then you've tripped the new secondary gadget, the proximity alarm. A defender will be with you shortly. Take a quick second to subscribe to this channel and let's see Operation Steel Wave in action as we tour the freshly renovated and nicely appointed rooms of the rework of a Siege classic, House. Breaches come in threeches when Ace, the new 2-speed Norwegian attacker, suits up for action. His Selma gadget can be thrown onto a breachable surface, hard or soft, where it will stick, deploy explosive arms, slide on down, and then boom. If there's space and a defender hasn't interfered, the Selma will go through the cycle 2 more times to create a positively massive hole. But even if a Selma is stymied before it creates the full 3-boom opening, it can still create a new line of sight, a new opening for gadgets and utility, or a new entry point. It can also blow open an unreinforced hatch, but it'll take 2 to get through a reinforced one because the Selma doesn't do sequential explosions when deployed on a floor. And though you can stick it to pretty much any surface, a Selma will only activate if the surface is destructible. Fun fact, those explosive arms will destroy any defender gadget that's in their deployment area, which is another way that Ace can make a big impact without taking big risks. The Selma canister is vulnerable to any damage, but because Selma explosions don't do much damage to operators, a defender might want to wait for that second breach to spring a nasty surprise.
Op 4, last stop standing.
Other counters to Ace's Selma breaches include electricity from Kaid or Bandit's gadgets, mid-air interception from Wamai or Jaeger's devices, and jamming from Mute as long as the Mute jammer remains in place. Take the jammer out and the Selma will automatically get back to business. Also, a defender with a sightline to the gadget can simply shoot it, so you'll want to use Ace's AK-12 assault rifle equipped with NATO sights, his M1014 shotgun, or his P9 sidearm to clear out any potential interference. Interference. Well, that's the new South African defender Malusi's middle name. Not literally, it's more that her Banshee gadget is designed with interference in mind. Deployable on vertical and horizontal surfaces, the Banshee emits a loud buzzing noise whenever an attacker steps into its substantial radius and line of sight. In addition to alerting anyone nearby of the attacker's presence, the Banshee also slows down the attacker's movement, and the effect gets more powerful the closer they get to the device. Now that is not the place you want to be, especially if Melusi is nearby with her T5 SMG, Super 90 shotgun, or RG-15 sidearm. Did I mention she's a 3-speed? A fast defender against slowed attackers is just the matchup that Melusi wants, whether she's protecting the objective or roaming off-site. Note that her Banshee device only slows attacker movement, not their aim, so bold attackers might step into the Banshee radius on purpose to lure Melusi out for a duel. Otherwise, they'll need to take another route, or find a way to destroy the Banshee. Explosives work, so Ash, Zofia, and Kali are strong counters to Melusi's influence. A melee hit is effective too, but you'll want the assistance of Twitch or Thatcher to temporarily turn the thing off so you can get close, or you could just ask Finka for a boost. The new operators, Ace and Melusi, will be exclusively available to Year 5 pass holders for the first week when Operation Steel Wave launches, and after 7 days, will be available for anyone to purchase with Renown or R6 credits. To keep up with the latest plans for Year 5 of Rainbow Six Siege, subscribe to this channel and visit us at news.ubisoft.com.
Friendly's victorious.
Thank you guys. Now, at 6 Invitational, when we first told everyone about the remake of House, you went nuts, and that was just a glance. So to delve deeper into this casual rework, we have level designer Jeremy Dowsett down in his personal workshop with more information.
House is one of the most beloved maps in Rainbow Six. It's something that you don't really want to mess around with the flavor too much. The map had problems, that's for sure. It was a little bit cluttered. We've brought it up to a higher standard. We've redone the destruction, we've redone the art, made it less cluttered, moved the walls around, added extra stairs. It's still House. You know, it's 4 years later, they've had another kid and they've put an extension on the house, you know. They upgraded. Even though it's not competitive, it is a casual rework, and we can't say the word casual enough. It is a casual rework. That doesn't mean we've still not gone through and balanced the bomb sites we have. The major difference is at the back of the house there's 4 new rooms, first floor and second floor. First floor you have music room and TV room. Upstairs you have reading and kids playroom. So what you've got there is 4 new rooms, new bomb sites, and you actually have a set of stairs that goes down from the reading room down actually into a little annex right next to the TV room. The people that play the classic bomb site down in the basement is they're going to notice that we've closed one of the garage doors. There's now no longer an open driveway, so you can't just plant and run back and then cover the plant when someone tries to defuse. We've gated it and we've walled it, so you have a limited space. We've also gone through and added line of sight floors. You know, you can defend the garage from upstairs. The layout upstairs hasn't changed too much. Obviously construction isn't construction anymore. There's a small walk-in closet there. We've also added, and this is probably quite big for many people, in the lobby on the second floor going across the back where you have the stairs that come up. On the opposite side there's a breakable wall that goes to bathroom. There is a corridor that goes between those two things, aiding in the rotation across the entire floor. They still only have 1 bathroom, which is strange. They put in a TV room and a music room, but they didn't put in another toilet. So, you know, but they definitely did an upgrade to the treehouse. You know, now there's a slide. Whoever built that slide would get sued because it's basically a vertical drop. You put a 5-year-old down it, they're not coming out without a broken arm. We're working quite hard to make sure that Rainbow stays fresh, and we don't want to break the maps that people love. We want to refresh them so people have fun playing them again, and we want the game's longevity to, as we've always said, last for 10 years. So we're updating the maps to make sure we last for 10 years.
Thanks, Jeremy. Now, we also just found out about 2 new operators, Malusi and Ace. So to find out more about their lore and their gameplay design, we have game designer Guillaume Assoufi and our writer Elisa Saliba with more information.
Ace is our new attacker this season, and it's a new hard breacher. We wanted to bring more options for this specific utility that is really important. But what we really wanted to address, because it was something that we knew back when we conceived Ace will be a need in the meta, and it's actually a need in the current meta, is utility clearing. So that's why pretty much everything in Ace's gadget can destroy any gadget. So that's really something that we wanted to bring to Ace. You can use it, of course, to open things, but also to destroy and clear any utility the defense might have. So with Ace, we wanted to introduce easy to play and hard to master, of course, hard breaching. And we wanted to add on that easy to counter hard breaching. Since it's a sequence, you can counter it while it's going on. There are new, more exotic counters that can shine because of the timing of the full opening. So, for example, a Mozi, if you take a Twitch drone, you can return the drone against the attack by destroying the gadget. And of course, you have the classic Bandit and Cade with electricity, because basically electricity can destroy the main gadget, the one that goes down, and the explosive, but only if it touches the canister. If it doesn't touch the canister, but only the arms, the explosion will occur. So that's, you have to be more precise, let's say, in your Bandit or with your Cade trick. So basically, you can counter 1/3 of the sequence or 2/3 of the sequence. That can be actually used in both sides. For example, in attack, you can use that to combine with a Capital or a Nomad, a Gridlock, frags. As defender, you can use it to impact trick the next openings. You can throw a C4 to try and kill some attackers on the other side. So that's kind of a dialogue between the two sides that is opened thanks to the gadget. Even in the defense, since the explosion is not non-threatening to your life, it does only 5 damage or so. You can just play, I saw that on PlayStation, that was hilarious. You can just play behind the opening wall, wait for one layer to explode, and then just surprise and kill everyone because you can be near the wall. It won't do that much damage. So the new rhythm of this explosion allows a lot of gameplay around it, actually. So for primary weapons, Ace is equipped with the AK-12 with sights that we change from Russian sights to NATO sights, including, of course, the ACOG. That's a weapon that we really think is good in terms of power balance and is quite reliable and that people love. And we wanted to give it to the brand new Archer. As an alternative option, you can choose the M1014, which is the FBI shotgun. Also, as a secondary, you have one shot, which is a P9. As for the secondary gadget, because Ace couldn't breach enough, we gave him the breach charges, and the choice is with the smoke grenades.
So Ace, or Horord Hogland, comes from Norway. He was born in a small historic village and always dreamed of something bigger, which led to him enrolling in medical school. Ace is more a man of action, however, so he opted for paramedic training rather than completing his medical degree. Ace loves positive publicity. He can be arrogant and brash. However, he can also work closely with his teammates, and he won't hesitate to jump into dangerous situations. He likes to control how others perceive him, and he really likes to look good. So Ace actually joins Rainbow as part of Night Haven. While in Somalia, as a part of a joint UN operation, Ace's impulsive nature put him in a situation where he was able to save Callie's life. So one of the interesting things about Ace's gadget is that it can almost be seen as a rescue gadget. If you need to get somewhere with the least amount of damage structurally and to those around you, this is what you're going to use.
Our new defender is called Melusi. She is our South African operator, and her gadget main purpose is to slow down the attack and pacing the round, and also to warn the defense when an attacker enters a specific zone. So Melusi was meant to be like an hybrid defender. So basically she can be played both as a roamer or as an anchor. She's a 3-speed, 1 armor, something that we didn't bring in defense for a long time now. Primary weapons are the T5 SMG, so the SMG that Legion have. And also she has a choice with the Super 90, which is the shotgun that Frost has. As for the secondary, she has the RG-15, which is the Polish operator handgun. And as for secondary gadgets, she has impact grenades or deployable shield. One of the main design intention was pacing the round. So of course she slows down one specific playstyle, which is the entry fraggers. She can also counter Nuke, and she's quite a strong counter against Nuke. And same goes for Yana, because basically if the Banshee detects a Yana hologram, it won't activate because it's an hologram, it's not the real Yana. As the gadget itself, compared to Clash, for example, doesn't do damage, it combines really well with damage-inducing gadget, for example, Legion. Same goes for Smoke, same goes for Goyo. Those, like I said, damage-inducing gadget in a zone. You can combine the zone to have a slowing, deadly zone. Of course, it works well with any roamers since it's an alarm. Same goes for the anchor. Again, you can protect your back while watching another line, so you can pretty much watch 2 lines by yourself using Melusi's gadget. When you drone, you pretty much have to see it because it's so big. We do not want to hide it. The main effect it has on attack is not as strong as a trap either. And even the slowdown, the maximum one, is equal to a barbed wire. So the slowing down effect is bearable. We wanted an utility that allows the attacker, even if affected, to be fighting the defense. And last but not least, her gadget being automatic, it's an utility that survives her, and that's really something that we like.
So our operator Tentiwe Ndlovu, aka Malusi, is from Louisburg, South Africa. She grew up near the Italic Game Reserve and has an appreciation and respect for the lives of the animals there. She's focused on anti-poaching initiatives and uses the expertise she gained in the South African National Defense Force, not only to personally assist with preservation efforts, but to guide and train others as a field ranger. Well, just from looking at Melusi, you can see her strength and practicality. She's dressed as a Game Reserve field ranger. She carries what she needs on her, from wire cutters to weapons. It's very important that her movements aren't restricted. She can move silently and camouflage when necessary. She's not only a soldier, she's a warden, so she watches, she defends, and she gets the job done.
Thanks for the info, Guillaume and Elisa, but we are not done yet. We're very excited to talk about some more features riding in on the Steel Wave. Firstly, we're making a couple changes to Ranked. Players are going to need to be level 50 to play on the Ranked playlist. This should mitigate some of the cheating and smurfing you see in ranked games. We're also instituting a 100 game minimum for Champions Ranked. Players are going to need to complete at least 100 games to be ranked among our Steam champions. To discuss some even more exciting features coming to Operation Steel Wave, we have 2 developers from our Barcelona studio who do a ton of work on the game. We've got Iban Nadal with another update to ranked play, and we've got Lucas Ratz on a new secondary gadget and a tweak to Amaru for us.
Yes, this season we are making a big change in the MMR. MMR is a number that the system uses to approximate your skill level. And with this number, the algorithm is able to find other users with a similar skill level and then matchmake you together so you have a more fun and fair experience. Up until now, MMR in Rainbow Six Siege worked in a regional way, meaning that the same player with the same profile could gain different ranks in different regions. While this is useful for some players, there were a minority of players abusing this system. And that is why we are aiming to change it so we have one unique MMR for all the regions. Also, now we will have a unified rank distribution, meaning that the leaderboard in Champions, it will be worldwide, which we also hope that will give a nice challenge to those players up in the ranks.
The proximity alarm is a defensive gadget. It's an intel gatherer gadget which allows you to gather intel while your hands are free. You don't need to look at any observation tool. It works pretty simple. When the enemy enters to the detection area, it emits an alarming sound which can be heard from pretty far away. Pretty much it's like an alternative for the barbed wire, if you like, because both of them are like hands-free intel gathering defender gadgets. So both of them can emit sound if the enemy is coming, but there are some differences. For example, the deployment of the new proximity alarm. It's a throwable sticky gadget, so you can be pretty creative with it. Like you can put it into corners, above windows, or wherever you like. It's shootable, so it's harder to find it, but once you know where it is, you can just shoot it very easily. We would like to see both the anchoring style players trying it out and also the roamers, what they can do with some more intel. We would like to see both, and we are giving it to both type of operators. For starters, well, the queen of the roamers is Caveira, so we would like to try it on her, what she can do with this. And on the more anchoring type of players, Mira is the best example, because she's putting the black mirrors, and it's always a problem that someone might shoot you in the back. So we wanted to give her this ability to cover the flanks. Of course, you need to sacrifice your C4 for this, but it's you can choose according to your playstyle.
Friendly, last operator standing.
We wanted Amaru to become more unpredictable. Right now, what happens in the game is that you start to use your Gara hook, and the barricade breaks, and the defenders hear it, they can see it, and they can aim at the window, they can pre-fire, and pretty much you are dead before even entering. And this is quite a disadvantage for Amaru, and we wanted to change this a little bit. We still want to give a heads up for the defenders, but maybe with a little bit shorter notice. So what we did is we changed this mechanic, and the barricade breaks a little bit later when Amaru is already almost there. Another aspect of we are looking at right now, and which we are changing, is the hatches. We now can break the hatch with the Gara hook, so it can allow Amaru to have the element of surprise and just reel up and already ready to fight. Without this change, we felt that your chances are not equal to the defender who is waiting for you, and we wanted to bring it a little bit closer. We don't want to change entirely the mechanics, we just want to make it a little bit more efficient, more smooth, and more enjoyable for the players.
One friendly operator remaining.
Thanks, Lucas and Ivan. Now let's keep things rolling with another announcement. We're introducing weapon attachment skins. They're new cosmetic items that equip just like weapon skins, and we've already got our first 3 ready: gray, black, and tan. At launch of season, all players will find these attachment skins in their accounts for free, ready to use. Of course, they're just the first of many that will become available. Thank you for joining us for the reveal of Operation Steel Wave, and thank you all for playing a game that our developers worked so hard to create. The test server goes live tomorrow, May 19th, so get out there and have some fun. And stick around right here after the show for a sneak peek live stream with the Ubisoft news team. But now, because the reveal would never be complete without us dropping an elite, here's Echo.
Attention.